Hi again. It's Kimmy Lynn, and I'm just popping on here again, hoping that everybody's having a good Wednesday evening. Get over this hump day, get into Thursday and then Friday, right? Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for those of you who are watching. Hopefully you're hitting that subscribe button, hitting those like buttons as well, right? As this all goes. So anyway, but I just wanted to come on here actually and talk about a case that has been, I've been following it since it happened. And I know that it's a case that many have been following. It's a really, really big case. And yeah, I mean, I was still in Arizona when this happened. And so it didn't happen this last Christmas, but the Christmas before. They reported the kids missing, right? Like December 21st, I believe. So I'm sure, with that being said, if anybody who's seeing this and knows that, it is Trezell and Jackie West. Horrid. It's a horrid case. And some of the info I'm going to give you, I also, because I've been watching it so much, I'm going to go ahead and reference some people's videos that I have been watching and that you should definitely go check out. And if you don't watch them already, or if you kind of do, but you're not a subscriber or anything, go ahead and, I suggest that you subscribe to their channels for sure. They have great content. Even, and I know some of them even, more content than just about this, but, yeah, definitely should be hitting up. I'll give you one, Watchmen. He's amazing. He has been on this case since it started. In fact, he's a big part. Oh gosh, him and Crenshaw Incorporated, they were on the ground. I mean, they were out there every day looking for these boys, asking, because here's the thing. Anybody who watched the interview that they did about their kids missing, right? It was the weirdest thing to watch. Like, if you were watching it, I'm sure that your alarm bells were going off like, okay, these fools did something. They did something. This isn't right. I mean, it was so rehearsed. It was like the weirdest thing in their body language, and it sure helped them out having masks. Oh boy, because, they had their mask completely covering their face up to their eyes, and yeah. But I mean, it was just like this. Trezell would be like, it was cold, and I made a fire in the backyard. I mean, I'm not kidding. Just, you gotta go watch that interview if you have not seen it. It is insane. And then it's pretty crazy after you learn everything and go back and watch it now. It's just like, but I mean, even like, and Jackie, I think she had a slip in the very beginning of the interview. Before they even started to talk, and they, the reporter, whoever was asking questions, they asked a question, and all of a sudden Jackie, which mind you, her response it had nothing to do with what they asked, and it just was so random and weird. All of a sudden, like they ask it, and they're about to start, and all of a sudden Jackie looks over and goes, in the yard. It's just weird. It's the weirdest thing ever. But anyway, for those of you that maybe don't know about this case, they have been arrested. They have not found, I don't even want, their birth names are Classic and Sincere, but Trezell and Jackie named them Orrin and Orson, so they get, they're starting to get referred to now as their birth names. They were not fostered, they were adopted actually. And I did not know that even when you adopt, apparently that you get money. I did not know this. So they had 6 adopted kids in the house. Now, I have heard they had 2 biological kids. I'm not sure. There's some confusion around that, but I don't know. But I know that for sure in the house there was 6 adopted children. And when I get in to tell you, yeah, just wait till I tell you. Oh, God. So, you know, they report their kids missing. It was just crazy. Everybody knew, like, BS. Like, we're calling BS. This interview was crazy. You guys are looking crazy. You're not making sense. I mean, you guys did something. And then, and you know, they're referred to as the Cal City Boys because it's happened in Cal City, California. California City, California. And, but the thing is, and as they know now, that the boys never made it to Cal City. They actually lived in Bakersfield. And they had only moved to Cal City 3 months before they reported this missing, you know. So yeah, now they, you know, they say they have direct and circumstantial evidence. They have talked to a ton of witnesses. I do believe that it's the other children that probably helped this for them to get this information. But yeah, it's crazy. The indictments, there's many people, you know, AV Watchmen, Crenshaw Incorporated, Elise, you know, Duty Ron. There's so many that have really, really, really good information. And like I said, AV Watchmen, Crenshaw Incorporated, I know that those two have been, I mean, they and others were out there actually, I mean, doing everything they could, because at first, I mean, it was like, even though that interview, the alarm bells were going off, I guess like the police and stuff, they weren't really doing much about it. And so it's pretty crazy. Like, their white van. So in Cal City, they have this white van, a big white van. And well, come to find out, they had another white van, the same one, the same kind, but it had, I don't know, there was some crazy things. I'm pretty sure there was evidence in there, because they found, I know Crenshaw Incorporated, like, she got these pictures, and she's actually on her channel, she's got videos where she shows these pictures. So the vans had the windows so tinted that you couldn't see through. So she just stuck her phone up with the flash and took pictures. And what was inside there? So the middle seat was taken out, which she also found in the very back, in the backyard of the Bakersfield address, which was Trezell's mother and father's house, and they lived with them. So in the backyard was that middle seat, and it was burned. And inside the van, when she took that picture, there is rolled up carpet, and there is something so wet on it that you can even see like a handprint looking thing. It's crazy. I'm just saying. And when Crenshaw would call the police and be like, you need to get out here right now. Like, you need to come out here. I'm telling you, there has to be evidence. Like, you need to come. They would not come. Go figure. So anyway, yeah. And then come to find out too, it was like, I know his mom, Wanda, you know, she made a comment to one time about how, you know, he was beating the hell out of Jackie one night, or I don't know, something like that. And so he's known to have temper problems. But here's the thing about the murder charges. This is where, so they got they both got second degree murder. And then they both have some other, like, child abuse, but, you know, like, real bad child abuse type charges. I don't have them written down. I should have, at least, so I could have at least given the correct info on that. I'm learning as I go here, though, you know, since I'm new and stuff. So like I said in my other videos, bear with me with this stuff, please. I just have my phone. I don't know how to do editing. I'll figure it out, but just bear with me, please. You know, so anyway, but yeah, in this case, so they both get those. But here's the thing: on one of the boys, I forgot I really should have got at least this stuff down, because that way I could really tell you what it was. But basically, one of the boys was premeditated. So I don't know what that is like. And then here's the other thing: this is where it's, you think this is disgusting of what they did? This part makes me sick. They literally had the other children, literally in the indictment, that minors were involved with the commission of the crime and something else, but involved in the commission, I really should have got the right wording, but I kind of just wanted to come in and give kind of an overview of it, and I guess, and as this case goes on, I would like to, probably, I wouldn't mind. I think I might do that. I might actually get the actual stuff more, so I can give some more, actual, like the actual wording and all of that for you guys. But, yeah, I just think too, because right now, like I said, the bodies have not been found. And the fact that the police did not do a good job with their detective work, all these things that the van, they never collected that old van. And then eventually it got parked into, like, I guess the garage. So then it was inside the house. They never got searched. I'm like, what? Come on. Like, So anyway, it is just disgusting. And it's very clear that they were adopting these children for money. They very well, it was a money mill to them. It was, and apparently, because they had, I know Watchmen had, he had people on who were, very, who knew about this stuff, about how much, like, money and what you get and whatnot. And when you adopt, kids of color, with ethnicity, I think it said ethnicity, yeah, something like that, or if they have, special needs, which they consider ethnic, like people of color, I think falls under the special needs, is what it's disgusting. But we all know CPS, like, that's a whole nother disgusting, yeah. But, anyway, so you get more when you adopt somebody, of color, and also if they're brothers, you get more, because, they want to try to keep them together. So if you do that, that's even more money. So yeah, they had 6 adopted children, and so they had, like, and they did they took the kids, so the remaining kids, once they reported the first 2, the Classic and Sincere missing, they did take the remaining 4 and put them in foster care, But gosh, can you even imagine those kids, what they went through, what they're going through? It's disgusting. It makes me sick. It makes me want to cry. It's just monsters. Just the most vile type of human beings on earth. And then it was like, when they were doing the interview about them missing, he was like, the kids will be rambunctious. And I don't think he meant to say that, because he goes, he got mad at himself right after. And then he said, the kids are going to be in this area. So that's what he meant to say. And instead he said rambunctious. But first of all, they never even used their names, Orrin and Orson, which they called them, They never even used those names in their interview. They just kept calling them, by them or the boys. They described them as rambunctious. No, nothing what they were wearing. Nothing other than they're rambunctious. It's just, I'm telling you, the interview is so insane. You really need to check it out, because if you're someone like kind of like me, or like me a little bit at least, just any human being, I think who know, you know, yeah, I think anybody would want to jump through that screen when you watch it, because it's just like, what the is wrong with you? What are we know you did something. And even in the interview, it was crazy. I mean, people were in the background, and as the interview was going, because it was so crazy, and everybody was like, this is so bad, like, this is terrible, you know, they've done something. And you can hear the people in the background like yelling at them, you know. It's crazy. But, you know, the thing is, you know, they both have no criminal history, right? There's no bodies. Now, we know that there's cases where circumstantial has got people put away, right? But the thing is, we want these monsters to never get out. And the thing is, you know, okay, so the murder charges, when the DA did the interview, when they did their press conference, it carries 15 years to life, right? And then with the child abuse, the different charges, that would carry another 15 years to life. So basically, it could be 30 years to life for each one, right? But guaranteed, if they don't prove this case well enough, if they don't have enough evidence, if they don't do this well enough, we could be hearing in 12 years, Jacqueline West is up for parole, you know, for good behavior. We don't care if she's good behavior. We don't give it, you know, we don't give it. Like, no, we don't care. Do not, good behavior, 12 years, no. Nope. That's not okay. No. So, the thing is, if anybody watching this who lives in that area, I really suggest, and you really want to feel like, if you want something, if you feel compelled, like, well, how can I help with this case? You know, what can I do? Well, I will tell you that I know AV Watchmen, he's still up. They're still looking for these boys. They want to make sure and I know that he's really deep in this, and he's got, you know, information that he can't put out because there's a gag order right now. There was a gag order that just got passed, I think yesterday. It was yesterday or the day before, something like that. Just within a few days ago, they passed a gag order. So now, nothing of this case can really be. I mean, we can talk like this, but I know they can't talk about. You know, nothing can get released about it from this point on. You know what I mean? Like, facts cannot be released from this point on. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's just sad. And anyway, so I just suggest, if you are somebody who lives in that area, like I said, AV Watchmen is really, really big into this and deep. He's very, I mean, they've been on the ground day one. I mean, you know, like they call them our boys, you know, these are our boys, our angels. And, you know, they've really kind of become the nation's boys. So, I suggest you hit him up if you feel like, because I think they're, still, like I said, they're still out. They're still on the ground, trying to help see if they can find the bodies. So I know that I don't know how, or I think he just has, they have some knowledge of maybe, or where they want to look, because the police never looked. So, yeah, if you want to be somebody that's with him in the group that is able to do that, yeah, definitely hit him up. And I know they don't know who I am, but you can just say, hey, this new YouTuber, she sent us to you. You know, just let them know, hey, we didn't know about this, and we saw this new YouTuber's video who speaks highly of you guys, because he's amazing. I'm telling you, he's amazing. They're all amazing. All of them are amazing. So, yeah. And again, Crenshaw Incorporated is another one. Her and AV are both very, like, they're both, she's been very involved with this. Like I said, that she's got these pictures, and I don't know, actually, and I don't even know if is she allowed to show those now? I don't know. I don't know on that with the gag order. I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works when it comes to that gag order. So, yeah, I don't know, but all we can do, you know, we just got to keep praying to the universe or whatever you believe in, and that those monsters never, ever, ever get out of that place. They need to pay for what they've done. I mean, these little boys were 3 and 4 years old. 3 and 4. 3 and 4 years old. I know the other two, I know they were 8 and 10, but I don't know the age of that other set that was there with them. And I think the 8 and 10-year-old were the oldest, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this video is getting kind of long, and I think I've kind of said everything for now. Just trying to raise awareness about it, you know, and put it out there some more, even though a lot of people are. So, you know, it's a pretty big deal right now. They didn't do, so there's going to be no pre-trial. I know that. They did what they did. So they presented it to grand jury, and grand jury sent back a true bill. So it's a little bit different, and I don't want to try to explain it in my, I can't remember exactly how they worded it, so I don't want to sit here and stumble over words while I'm trying to explain it. But I know what they're talking about, but yeah, I don't know how to I don't want to mess it up. So, but yeah, so if they came back with a true bill, so basically now it just goes straight to trial. There's no pre-trial. It goes straight to trial, and trial is set for, I believe, God, what is it, May? Or I forgot what the trial day was. I know that there was a trial date, April 12th, and so I thought that, I think it's supposed to start in April. I think April 12th. Could be wrong, very well could be wrong, which I will find out and correct that, give an update, you know. I'll do an update on that when I actually, like, you know, get some more actual facts of these type of things, so I can let you know. But yeah, so, but as we know with court stuff, things always end up getting moved back because, you know, new stuff comes up, and just, you know, how anybody who, we all know how that stuff goes. So the trial date that's set right now, I kind of feel like very likely will get moved back. And the other thing is, their defense lawyers came out and did a press conference the other day, and it was a joke. I think it was a waste of time. It was all they were doing, of course. They're a defense attorney. Of course, they've got to say, you know, oh, they're innocent until proven guilty, and, you know, there's no bodies, and, you know, they got to sit there and try to make people think, well, maybe they're not, you know, maybe everybody's being hard on them, and we're just jumping to conclusions. Well, and I know that Watchmen did say with some of the information he knows and he can't say, because it, you know, because we don't want anything to get out that could affect this trial, right? Like, so, you know, I know everybody wants to know. We all want to know, because especially with what was in the indictment, some of the wording, right? So yeah, we all want to know, because some things don't make sense. Like, well, why was one plan, like, did the other one get in the way, or, you know, it's confusing, right? So, and then the whole minor thing, the wording of that about the minor involvement, and or it said, like, you know, or also like somebody threatened them, but yeah, I don't have the exact wording, but it's really crazy. So we definitely, you know, as much as we want to know, we don't want anything to get out that would jeopardize the trial, and, you know, and so yeah, anyway, like I said, the trial is, I'm pretty sure they said to start in April, but Yeah, we know that'll probably get moved back. And then, of course, too, oh, and with like the defense said, though, which I think I think this is kind of a given that people expected. They're trying to say that, you know, they want to move it to a different area, a different county, because they're in Kern County in California. So they're saying because this is such a widely known case and it's such an emotional case, you know, for obvious reasons, that they're going to try to move it to a different county so that they're, you know, they can get a fair trial. So anyway, well, I'll get off here now. And like I said, AV Watchmen, Crenshaw Incorporated, Annie Elise, Duty Ron. There's many, many, many. There's a lot of people touching on this. So Christina Randall, she talks about it. There's a lot. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this one. I mean, that's how can you enjoy hearing about something like this, right? But I hope that you found this video. Sorry, I had somebody come in. I was trying to tell them please don't talk because obviously I'm doing something. I'm recording a video and I'm not starting over after 26 minutes. So anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, so that's all right. They were just letting me know it was dinner. But anyway, so like I said, it's hard. I mean, I hope you found this information interesting. Not interesting. God, I can't find the right words. I guess I hope that if you didn't know about this case, that you go look into it. I'll just say that, right? Because nothing about this is good, interesting. Yeah, it's just, it's sickening, you know. I just don't understand how or why. I mean, you are adopting children. Now, mind you, we all know that most likely they were doing this for money because neither one of them have worked for a long time. So, you know, yeah, that was their money. And I'm sure, you know, it's, I'm pretty sure that's why they did this. But it's just like when you go adopt children, or even foster, you're supposed to be, you know, to be looking out for them. You're supposed to be the one caring about them. You're supposed to be the one to give them love and support and understanding. And yeah, you're supposed to be that for them, right? I mean, it makes me so mad because we just, you know, we see this time and time again with foster parents or adoptive. You know, we see this with biological children, right? We see parents do this to their biological kids. It's disgusting, you know? It really is. It's really sad that a human being in general can hurt another, especially a child, let alone a parent or somebody stepping in that wants to be a parent, right? Yeah. I will never understand how one could do that and be so careless, be so vile, be so evil. I mean, they're just Jacqueline and Trezell are straight up evil. To have their other adoptive children be a part of this is just beyond me. And just remember that, you know, even though those children, the remaining children, they're victims too in this. Absolutely, they are victims. So we need to keep them in prayer and thought and, you know, whatever you believe in. We need, you know, keep them close to heart and all that too, because, gosh, you know, what that is going to do to them, throughout their life as they get older. I mean, even right now, and they can't even really comprehend it, you know? They can't even understand right now, really. You know what I mean? So, it's just terrible. And, yeah, I'm really hoping that with Jackie being away from him, with him being abusive, you know, I hope that the police, because in their interview, you can tell she takes the lead from him, you know, and if you watch, you can see where she's like falling apart and he's just trying to stay there, you know, calm and cool and collected, which he wasn't. I mean, it was a joke, but you know what I mean? So I think that I'm really hoping that as the police start to really hound her over and over and over again, that she'll break down and hopefully, you know, give it up, like, you know, and tell them where their bodies are at, so that those boys can go back to their the biological mother. And, you know, and there's the biological mom and the dad, they've been speaking out, and I know that there's a cousin that goes by, I think, Roro or Rose Row, I can't remember, but she's been like the speaker for the biological family, you know, and of course they're just devastated, you know, but, you know, they were relieved at least that, you know, Jacqueline and Trezell are off the streets, which, oh yeah, when they got arrested, so I think they got some people kind of think that there was some kind of cover up a little bit in this, but I don't know about all that stuff. But, you know, I think that they did get a tip off, though, that they were going to be arrested, because they actually, like, kind of tried to go on the run, and they got arrested at night because they've been living in this, like, run-down motorhome thing. And when they were arrested, I guess they were kind of like in disguise. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, but yeah, just insane stuff, right? But yeah, it's just, so yeah, I just hope that she's gonna give it up and that she will, you know, do the right thing and tell where their bodies are, so that those little babies can get a proper burial. And you know what I mean, right? Like, oh, anyway, okay, it's been, oh gosh, it's been 32 minutes, so I'm gonna get off here with this one for now. But I will really try to, you know, make sure I'm gonna have to go through some of these more their videos and get the actual, like, some of the information, if you guys want that from me, if you know, maybe you already know about it, but I just thought maybe, you know, as much as we can get put out there, you know, the more, hopefully, that these boys just don't get forgotten about at this point. Like, oh, they're behind bars. Like, no, their bodies have not been found. And, you know, so, yeah. So I just, you know, yeah, just wanted to get this out here and give people information that maybe didn't know about it. So, all right, well, that's it for now. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. And I'll be seeing you again soon. All right? Everybody take care out there. Stay safe. Be kind. Just, you know, let's be kind to each other. We need that in this world right now, you know? There's just so much sadness, you know? It's like, it's just sad. Just so much darkness. So we just need to spread as much love and kindness right now, you know? Always. Not just right now, but always. You know? So, okay. That's it for now. Mwah. See you next time.